So the first thing in using our faith is we need to know the word. So many people try to jump into their prayers and try to put a little bit of the word in there to make it sound holy. When I first went into the ministry, I was surrounded by people that also wanted to go into the ministry. And so they would come to me and they'd say, "Oh, so-and-so's really anointed. They're really anointed." And I used to say, wow, it took me a long time to realize what really anointed meant. I was in the ministry before I realized what anointed meant. Anointed to do something just means empowered by God's presence, His Spirit, to do something. When someone sounds holy, it doesn't mean that they're anointed. It just means that they know how to sound holy. Oh, praise the Lord. That did nothing for anyone. I just said something in a different tone. So in the beginning, they'd come to me and, "Have you heard so-and-so pray? Man, they anointed. They can pray like crazy. You should just hear them pray." But family, they went and they prayed that same prayer every single prayer meeting for 2 years. Eventually, it just was something that they were doing to do. They weren't doing it as a conversation to God. They were just doing it to say it because that's what they had been taught. A relationship with Jesus is real. And we need to know the word, because if we don't know the word, Satan will use the word against you. Have you ever driven on a Friday and like on a Sunday after church? So Friday afternoon and Sunday after church. Drive to the robots around Umhlanga or Durban and see how many people are there with their hands out. And it's amazing because every time they get to me, I have to say a little prayer because it looks like they're on their absolute last. When I was living in Hillcrest, this person was shaking. But then every time I came up to them, they were shaking with hunger. Then I'd leave and I'd go around the block and they'd be fine. Family, when Jesus was led into the mountain to be tempted, the devil came at Jesus with the word. He came with the word. Why don't you just jump off this place? Because you know what? God won't allow your foot to touch the stone. And Jesus said, "Do not tempt the Lord your God." So the devil comes to us sounding holy, but we must know the word.